Hey, Austin, we're gonna do in-person questions first, and then we'll take some on Zoom, okay? All right, Sam, you wanna start us off?
Yeah, you all get to start off in the Clearwater Invitational, playing some really good teams. So kind of how will that prepare you for the season looking forward?
Well, I think that we always want to challenge ourselves first and foremost, like just to see like what our capabilities are as a team. I think that we have a really great team going into it. And I mean, I don't think any of us are like in fear of going to this tournament. Like we're all just like super excited and ready to push ourselves to see what we can do.
I'm excited because this is our opportunity to show what Indiana softball is, playing the best, and just being the best and playing the best. That's like the most important. And I think the high competition really shows other teams what Indiana softball is capable of. So I'm excited to show what we're capable of.
So you guys, Cora, you came in last year as a transfer. Brooke, you've been here. This is now your third year. You guys are now the veterans, say, of the Indiana softball program. What has that step been like this off season, moving from less of a listening role to more of a leader role?
Yeah. I think it really builds to your character as well, just because you are almost like a sponge your first 2 years, just like soaking in whenever you can. And when you're in the leader role, you now see how much more work you have to do, and building relationships is like a huge part of it too, because no one's gonna listen or follow your lead if you don't have that like trust and relationship built beforehand. And so when you have that foundation of like love and being a good friend first and teammate, that is what is important for a leader, because people will follow you and trust you.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is just like kind of being there for like the freshmen and sophomores and like showing, even though it's my only second year here, like using my experience I've had like over the 4 years I've had playing college softball in itself, and just showing like, look, there's gonna be ups and downs, but overall it's about like just about forming these relationships and like just making the most out of anything you can. And so yeah.
In terms of obviously it's a special season being Team 50, how does the team kind of embrace that extra weight that this season has?
Oh, I think that we've taken the most of every opportunity. I mean, it's just been like, you can tell this team is definitely different. Like, I mean, up and down, our athleticism is absolutely built different. Like we have Avery Parker, who is already squatting like 350 or something as a freshman. Like that is wild. We have Taryn Kern, who is playing infield like a veteran. Like it's just up and down. You can see that we are built different and we're ready for this year for sure.
I think it was so special having the reunion from past softball alumni to come in, because seeing the foundation that they laid and what they want IU softball to be, especially the champions who won and Big Ten champions and all the credentials they had, just meeting all these softball legends, especially IU softball legends, just really encouraged us to show like we want to be them and we want to beat them in respect, but just listening to what they had to say about their experience was just so inspiring, and it's really exciting to see what we can do for them.
Yeah, what was that like kind of last year? We had a few like alums throughout the year coming and speak.
Yeah.
What was that like to have so many in one room just listening?
Oh, it was so awesome, because not only did we see some of the people that came and spoke to us last year, but we just had our whole clubhouse was filled with alumni, and either like the older generations or even like most recent, with like just the different coaching staff too, and meeting the different coaches. And even meeting Michelle Ventura was like definitely one of the best, just seeing how positive and maybe learning from them. That was like very inspiring and huge.
Yeah, and I think it was just a real testament to like how far the game of softball has grown and how like much women's sports has really grown the past, 50 years. Like it's crazy, like talking to these like former athletes and saying like what they had like versus what we have now, and they really laid that foundation for us, and we just want to continue to push the envelope like for them this season.
I want to piggyback off of that and also say about your current staff. You have 2 members on your staff, Grace and Ingrid there, and Gabby, who played at IU. What is that like to know that you have people that you played with or that you learned from now on your staff still with you?
It was definitely weird, but it's like a new role for them and a new role for us, just because their almost input has changed from just building that relationship of friendship to now that they're leading us in a different way. Was definitely an adjustment, but it was for the better. having coach or Gabby be our first base coach now, just being by us, and her breaking the stolen base record and her pushing us to do our best. And then Grayson being a leader in the infield has definitely helped me be the leader in the infield now.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been awesome getting to learn from them. Like, I am just so grateful for Grayson and Gabby for everything they've given me, like on and off the field. Like, it's just been awesome. Like, Grayson, I still come to her for like advice, like life advice, even off the field. And Gabby's just really helped me, like, especially develop in the outfield and stuff. Like, it's been awesome having them. So.
All right, we got a question from Austin on Zoom. Austin, go ahead.
Hey guys, I guess now you're both older players. I guess what maybe makes this team more dangerous than it was last year, considering you've been around this program now for a while?
I think last year we were such a young team to begin with, and now this year keeping almost 90% of the starters is really it's nice because we've known what it felt like, and now even having a freshman class that has been so crucial to our improvement. Cora said earlier that we are just like the most athletic team we've ever been, and coach even says that like it's really hard for her to make the lineup, and she continually says that again and again. So it's really exciting to see that everyone can play in basically any position because we're so athletic.
Yeah, and going off of that, I think that coach always talks about how like we're a very confident team, and like it just shows that like we're not gonna we don't care what anyone's stats were last year, like anything that happened last year, like we are focused on this year, the here and now, and we know we can compete with anyone. So yeah.
Austin, anything else?
I have one last question. Talking about more of your play, what areas specifically did you guys want to work on this offseason to prepare you for this season?
For me, I definitely wanted to work on my hitting. I think defense is definitely my specialty. I love playing defense, and I love just being out there, being in control. And so I really wanted to hone in on my offense, because I think that will definitely help this team get to postseason. Our defense is great, but I think our offense will drive us even that extra step. And so I wanted to step up and be an offensive leader too, and basically follow Cora's lead there too. And I just wanted to be trusted at the plate. And whenever I'm at the plate, I want people to know that I will do damage. And so I've been working hard, and my hard work is paying off. So I'm excited to see what it'll do this season.
Yeah, I mean, definitely shout out to Brooke. It's definitely a testament. Like, you can see like how much she's worked hard this season, and it's been a step for everyone else to follow for sure.
Thanks.
For me personally, I would say that I've truly tried to work on every aspect of my game. Like, I've tried to work on infield, outfield, hitting still, but for like especially defensive wise, like I'm a utility player. So I mean, I'm ready to play any position whatsoever. Like, and I don't like I just need to do like whatever is possible for this team to get to the next level. Like, if we have 5 infielders that are hitting, like I play outfield so that like those 5 infielders can hit, and just learning to adjust in the defensive situations has been a crucial moment for me.
I have a question. Just, you mentioned like reaching the postseason and all of that, and kind of what has been the work on the off season to try to reach that goal. I know it's been a goal for a really long time for Indiana softball.
I think just implementing how hard it is for us to work hard every day. In this preseason era, it's tough to do these long practices at times, but knowing that all of our hard work putting in now is what will help us get to postseason is very crucial, whether that's doing extra work or putting out all effort in practices. And even in the weight room, we have seen all of our numbers skyrocket in the weight room thanks to Bailey, our strength coach. And you could just see that all the hard work we're putting in, not only in the fall, but in this preseason, is definitely helping us be better players.
Yeah, I kind of want to go back. So coach always talks to us about like expectation versus appreciation. And I think that we've, like, everyone on our team, obviously, the end goal is postseason, getting to that point. We have a few people that want to be All-Americans. Like, we have all these goals, but at the end of the day, like, we have to just appreciate, like, we are here, like, we're Hoosiers, like this is going to be the best 4 years of my life, probably. And I'm just taking in every single moment. Like, I'm just so grateful to be here, and really appreciating every single moment, like on and off the field, like even like the bus trips, the just like the fun time, like building those relationships, like those are things I'm appreciating. And I think it's also that will translate to the field, and just make me ready for those moments.
All right, anything else?
In terms of hitting last year, just kind of starting to look through the record books, there's a lot of 2022.
Mhm.
You guys set a lot of marks last year. What, in terms of kind of, what's the mindset in terms of matching that, surpassing that? Has there been any talk about kind of how much you guys excelled at hitting last year?
Yeah, I mean, coach definitely talks about how we are an offensive team, just of how explosive we are at the plate. And I think an adjustment now we're taking this year is we are talking about these win words, where basically we are trying to uplift each other to be up in the wind and get away from the interference that's on the ground that may inhibit us from working hard or achieving our goals. And so whether that's our mental negative talk, we just avoid that and trying to uplift one another into like the win words. And I think that definitely is helping us be better at the plate and be better teammates, which ultimately will help us win.
Yeah, I mean, bottom line, I've never been around such great hitters in my entire time, like in my entire softball career. Like there's 9 players that could solidly hit over 300 this year. And I fully believe that. And if you have 9 players that are hitting above 300, like you should make postseason every single time. And 9 players that could hit like over 5 home runs, like, you know, like just building those power numbers too. So, I mean, I've never been more confident in a team, and yeah, it's really exciting to watch. I'm excited to watch us develop this year.
Emma mentioned kind of that second Clearwater trip. There are a lot of big names on that, but can't overlook the first trip that you guys have. Have you guys talked at all about that and not kind of jumping to the next one and just taking one game at a time?
Yeah, we are very excited for the second weekend, but we have to work one day at a time. We talk about like, what can you do for one day, and focusing on our first component and working, just not getting too focused on the future. We be where your feet are, and it is so crucial for us to win each game. What's important now, it's something we talk about like a lot too, winning the day and being able to just go game by game, but really focusing on our first opponent.
Ditto. I liked what she said. I'm not gonna
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.